Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
There's a problem with my son.
Have to investigate a little bit. So what changes have you noticed in Kyle?
He's acting quite strange recently, so yeah, he's had
Has he had any twitches?
Yeah, he's had twitches, yeah.
Have you noticed his pupils being dilated?
Yes.
Has he been shedding hair?
No.
So from what I see, he could be either taking drugs or he could have rabies.
What's that supposed to mean?
We'll have to run a few tests and we'll find out. To discover if you actually have rabies, we need to complete a few tests on you. We need to give you a diagnosis before we can begin treatment if you actually have rabies.
So, what test?
We need to start with preliminary tests.
What are they?
So we gather samples of saliva or spinal fluid, but in this case it could be too dangerous with your kid to get spinal fluid, so we're just going to go with saliva.
Okay.
And in this case it'd be easier for saliva because we can just give him a mouth swab and put it in a petri dish and see what type of bacteria is in there.
Yep.
So for the preliminary tests, we're going to give you this swab. You're going to run it down your cheek, and then you're going to place it in this. Okay, we'll go and run some tests on that. So these tests will take a few days to analyse. So come back about Thursday, and we'll see what's happened.
Alright.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
See ya.
3 days later.
Hello there. Sit down. So, now that we've finished the preliminary test, we're going to need to begin a diagnostic test to locate where the virus is within you. Because the preliminary test came back saying that he probably does have rabies. So, to discover where it is, we're going to require a few parts of tissue from your brain, and mainly from the brainstem and the cerebellum, which is just like where your brain meets the spinal cord. So those are the places that allow the information to travel through your body. So that'll be the easiest part to find where the disease is.
And how do you get the tissue?
So we'll have to go through a surgery to collect it, and then we'll send it off to a qualified laboratory to apply national standards and special protocol for rabies. Well, since you got infected 2 days ago, the virus will take at least 2 weeks to fully affect the body. It can take up to 2 years though. The result will take a week to get back, and from there we will begin the treatment. To make it so it's not fatal, you'll take a series of shots and vaccinations, which can assist you with fighting rabies. Firstly, you'll get a fast-acting shot of rabies immune globin, which prevents the virus from infecting the rest of your body. Then you'll also have 4 more vaccinations, which will allow your body to identify and get rid of the disease.
So what actually is rabies?
So rabies is a disease that affects the nervous system, and it's caused by the rabies virus, which is often fatal if there's no treatment to it.
Okay, so how could the bite give me rabies?
Well, rabies is a domestic and wild animal disease that only affects mammals, and it's spread to people through close contact with infected saliva, usually from a bite or a scratch, but potentially a lick to the eye or mouth or something like that. And that would have been your case when your neighbour's pit bull bit you. Alrighty, let's go have surgery. So, you can't get them wet. We'll take them out in 10 days, so come back 10 days, it'd be somewhere like Saturday maybe. I'll double check. But no sport for at least 2 weeks. if you get any irritation, come back and see me. And keep them dry.
So Kyle, I'll see you in 10 days to get those stitches removed.
Yep, thank you.
Welcome.